So now common terms used in metallurgy. So ores which are found from mines are in two forms: native state and combined state. So what is native state, all of you? Native state का मतलब क्या होता है? It is the state in which metals are not combined with other metals. Okay, like oxygen, sulfur, etc. elements के साथ में ये जो एलिमेंट्स होते हैं वो कंबाइंड फॉर्म में नहीं होते हैं. दे आर नॉन रिएक्टिव और लेस रिएक्टिव, और इसीलिए उन लोग कंबाइन नहीं हुए हैं दूसरे एलिमेंट्स के साथ में. सो सच एलिमेंट्स आर इन नेटिव स्टेट, नॉन रिएक्टिव. नेटिव मीन्स नॉन रिएक्टिव स्टेट. ओके. कंबाइंड स्टेट में क्या होता है? वो रिएक्ट होते हैं दूसरे एलिमेंट्स के साथ में जो एटमॉस्फेयर में सराउंडिंग में प्रेजेंट होते हैं, एंड दे फॉर्म कंपाउंड्स. उनके साथ में बॉन्ड्स बनाते हैं. तो जैसे ऑक्साइड्स है, अभी ओर्स है, मिनरल्स है, वो कैसे कौन से फॉर्म में मिलते हैं? ऑक्साइड्स के फॉर्म में, कार्बोनेट्स के फॉर्म में, सल्फाइड के फॉर्म में मिलते हैं. सो दे आर इन कंबाइंड फॉर्म. why they are in combined state? Because they are reactive. Clear, all of you? What is native state and combined state? So which elements are reactive and which are non-reactive? So non-reactive are gold, silver, platinum. रिएक्टिव कौन से है? जिंक है, आयरन के ओर्स है, एल्यूमिनियम के ओर्स है. दे आर फाउंड इन कंबाइंड स्टेट. सो विल राइट डाउन द स्टेटमेंट फॉर नेटिव स्टेट एंड कंबाइंड स्टेट. The metals which are non-reactive in air, water, CO2, and other non-metals. They occur free or in native state. For example, gold, platinum, silver, copper, mercury. They are partially native, means थोड़े से करते हैं react, but they are completely native. Combined state. अभी combined state में क्या होता है? Most of the metals occurs in nature in combined form. Combined form with other elements. Forming oxides, hydrates, sulfite, carbide, carbonate, etc. Write it fast, all of you. It's done, all of you. Take screenshot. If you are not writing it fast, take.
मैम लास्ट के 2 वर्ड्स क्या है?
Carbides, carbonates. Next is minerals, ores. Now, what are minerals, all of you? Naturally occurring substances which are found in mines. They contains metals in free or combined state. It contains less percent of metal than that of ores. Okay. Ores यानी क्या है? Minerals ही होते हैं. They are minerals only. They are the minerals which consist of high percent of metals. Ores are used in extracting. Ores are used in extracting metals in industries. Ores are, you can say, preferred, we can say. Why they are preferred? Because they consist of high percent of metal. Minerals में metals less percent में होते हैं और ores में high percent में होते हैं metals. So profit किससे होता है? ores से मिलता है ज्यादा, and therefore ores are preferred in extracting the metals in industry. Ores gives high percent profit than that of mineral. Yes, all of you, this is clear what is mineral and what is ore and what is the difference. Now you can also see the table in which I have given you the examples of ores and minerals. So तुम लोग यहाँ पे सिर्फ ores और minerals के सिर्फ ores दिए यहाँ पे. So you can just refer it. क्योंकि तुम लोग को जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं जेई मेंस में या फिर एडवांस में भी, तो उसमें भी मिनरल्स और ओर्स पूछते हैं. फॉर्मूलाज भी तुम लोग को पता होना चाहिए उनका. ओके, सो इन एनसीईआरटी वेरी फ्यू ओर्स एंड मिनरल्स का लिस्ट दिया है, बट उससे ज्यादा उससे ज्यादा भी मिनरल्स एंड ओर्स पूछते हैं. Because we are studying S block, P block, and in S block, P block वहाँ पे बहुत सारे minerals और ores का list देते हैं हमेशा occurrence में. So you have to study all those. हाँ, उस पे आता है question.
मैम जितना मॉड्यूल में दिया उतना काफी है ना?
हाँ, मॉड्यूल you for this you refer मॉड्यूल. मॉड्यूल में बहुत सारे minerals and ores है.
हायर परसेंट के बाद क्या लिखा था?
high percent profit. Ores gives high percent profit than that of minerals. Now, what is metallurgy? What is metallurgy, all of you? It's a process. Metallurgy यानी क्या है? It's a process of extraction of metal from its ore. Okay? Gangue, what is gangue, all of you?
Dust particles.
Residue.
Impurities. A sandy, earthy, other unwanted impurities.
एक बार लास्ट स्लाइड दिखाओ ना.
Just a minute. Impurities present in a ore, in the ore, is called gangue. Write it fast. So these are the common terms we are going to use in entire chapter. Yes, Rudra. Write it fast. Now next is general principles of metallurgy. So first a concentration of ores. So in concentration of ores, all physical impurities which are present in ore are removed, like dust, clay, sand, ये सारा जो लगा हुआ रहता है ऊपर ऊपर से फिजिकली जो रहता है impurities, मिनरल्स एंड ओर्स में वो रिमूव होता है इन फर्स्ट स्टेप. पहले सबसे पहले फिजिकल इंप्योरिटीज को रिमूव किया जाता है, दैट इज इन फॉर्म ऑफ गैंग्यूज. नेक्स्ट इज कन्वर्जन ऑफ ओर इनटू ऑक्साइड और अदर डिजायर्ड कंपाउंड. फिर ओर को क्या किया जाता है? हीट किया जाता है एट हाई टेम्परेचर एंड उसको किस में कन्वर्ट करते हैं? ऑक्साइड में कन्वर्ट करते हैं. Now, why only in form of oxide? Mostly in form of oxide, because oxide क्या करता है? ऑक्सीजन क्या कर देता है? मेटल के जो इनर बॉन्ड्स है उसको क्या कर देता है? वीक कर देता है. And once that bonds are weak, then extraction of metal becomes easy. Then oxides बने ऑक्साइड्स को फर्दर ट्रीट करके क्रूड मेटल ऑब्टेन्ड होता है. रिडक्शन ऑफ ओर टू फॉर्म क्रूड मेटल. ओके, ऑक्साइड से क्या करते हैं हम लोग? क्रूड मेटल को एक्सट्रैक्ट कर लेते हैं. क्रूड यानी क्या? इम्प्योर. एंड थर्ड में उसको रिफाइन करते हैं, मीन्स उसका प्यूरिटी. क्रूड यानी इम्प्योर होता है, तो मेटल है बट इट इज अ क्रूड, इम्प्योर है. फिर वो जो बाकी इम्प्योरिटीज है वो रिमूव कर देते हैं रिफाइनिंग में. रिफाइनिंग इज द प्रोसेस इन विच प्यूरिटी ऑफ मेटल इज इंक्रीज्ड. क्लियर ऑल ऑफ यू? So in first step, physical impurities are removed. Then next इसको heat करते हैं and oxides में convert करते हैं, so that उसके inner bonds कैसे हो जाए? Weak हो जाए, and then further extraction becomes easy. Then next step में oxides को convert किया जाता है crude metal में, and then crude metal है means impure metal है. Now in fourth step, impurity is increased. Here purity of metal is increased. Okay. Yes, all of you note down करो ये 4 steps. These 4 steps are followed in extraction of every metal. It's done, all of you. Rahul, done?
Yes, ma'am.
So let us start with the processes. What are the various processes which are we going to use for extraction of metal? So first, a concentration of ores. So उसमें पहला process है gravity suppression. Gravity suppression by using hydraulic washing. Hydraulic washing by using Wilfray table. Okay. So I'll show you video for this. Heading लिख लो तब तक.
Grammarly helps you work more efficiently, which makes accomplishing your work goals easier. Get
Hydraulic washing. This is based on the differences in gravities of the ore and the gangue particles. It is therefore a type of gravity separation. Cassiterite is concentrated by this method. Wilfray tables are specially made tables for washing of ores. The ore is ground to a fine powder in ball mills. Then the powder is washed with a current of flowing water. Lighter gangue particles washed away and the heavier ore particles remain behind at the bottom.
Yes, all of you, is this clear?
Navigation and hydraulic washing. Hydraulic classifier is a device used to concentrate an ore based on difference between the densities of the ore and gangue.
Yes, all of you see this live. This is powdered metal ore, which is going to be used for washing in Wilfray table. ones which have got washed means जो impurity था वो क्या हो गया, चला गया. See here it was. See here the gangue particles has washed off. ये जो दिख रहा है dirty water वो gangue का washed water है. And then now you can see here the particles of metal. ये देखो यहाँ पे सब deposit हो गए. These are after washing. Clear all of you? Yes, all of you. This is clear. Hydraulic washing by using Wilfred
Yes.
table.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is hydraulic classifier method. Write it down, all of you. Hydraulic classifier method.
Navigation and hydraulic washing.
Yes, all of you just see this. I'll also explain this method.
Hydraulic classifier is a device used to concentrate an ore based on difference between the densities of the ore and gangue particles. The process is called levitation. The external view of the classifier may be seen here. The powdered ore is fed into a conical reservoir. A strong current of water agitates the powdered ore. Lighter gangue particles rise up.
See, all of you, from up direction, powdered ore is added in this classifier, and you can see here this is the inlet of water and it is in upward direction. जैसे फाउंटेन होता है ना, फाउंटेन का वाटर कैसे ऊपर की डायरेक्शन में फ्लो होता है, सेम वैसा ही है. दिस इज इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन. वाटर का जो फ्लो है इट इज इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन एंड पाउडर्ड और डाउनवर्ड्स जाते हैं. व्हेन दोनों का कांटेक्ट होगा, when they both will meet, water and ore, so gangue जो है it will become heavy and it will come out from here. Sorry. Ore will become heavy and it will come out from here. And gangue जो है वो small particle से light है, so it will float on water and that will be removed from here. Is this clear, all of you?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
While heavier ore particles sink down. Another method that works on the principle of difference in the densities of the ore and gangue particles.
Yes, all of you, both methods are clear and both works on what? Gravity. Both methods work on the difference in the gravity. Metal is more heavier than gangue. So due to gravity, they get settled down and gangue particles are lighter, less density. So वो क्या करते हैं? Water पे float होके wash off हो जाते हैं. Clear? The principle for both the methods are same. Now next is magnetic separation. Now in magnetic separation, the metal and impurity which is used, उसमें से एक कोई तो magnetic होना चाहिए. Okay. So now for example, if we have cassiterite,
मैम ये कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ ओर्स का ही सेकंड पार्ट है ना?
हाँ, cassiterite. It contains stannic oxide, that is tin oxide, and iron tungsten. This is tin oxide and this is magnetic in nature and this is non-magnetic in nature. Okay, so by using the principle of magnetism, they both can be separated. अभी कैसे separate होता है उसके लिए process है. I'll show you the process.
और दूसरा कंपाउंड आपने क्या लिखा था आयन का? Yes.
Yes, all of you, you can
Magnetic
just
separation. This is based on differences in magnetic properties of the ore components. If the ore particles are magnetic and the non-magnetic material is gangue, this method is used. The finely powdered ore is dropped on a belt moving on two strong electromagnetic rollers. The magnetic and non-magnetic substances form two separate heaps. The magnetic material forms a heap nearer to the magnetic roller. Froth flotation method. Ores concentrated by froth flotation.
substance getting called here. This is the magnetic supply which is getting separated over here. Okay.
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that inspire, messages that forge brighter connections, and emails that get the job done, you need to think about more than just grammar and spelling. This sentence is grammatically correct, but it's wordy and hard to read.
Yes, all of you, is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear.
Next is froth flotation process. Now in froth flotation process, the concentration of sulfide ore is used. Concentration of sulfide ore is used. नोट डाउन कर लो इसको, इसका भी मैं तुम लोग को प्रोसेस बताती हूँ.
Froth flotation process. This is a method of concentration of ores used exclusively for sulfide ores. Principle involved is a difference in the wetting properties.
Yes, all of you.
Froth flotation process. This is a method of concentration of ores used exclusively for sulfide ores. Principle involved is the difference in the
See, this is very important. Difference in the weighting property. The difference in the weighting property of ore and gangue particle. Based on this, ये process में separation होता है. Sulfide ores जो है वो oil से weight होते हैं और gangue particles जो है वो water से weight होते हैं. अभी gangue means क्या होता है? What are the gangue or the sandy? So they have more these particles, soil, mud, clay, they have high attraction for water. They are highly hydrophobic in nature, जिसके वजह से उन लोग water के साथ में weight होते हैं. Sulfide ore जो है वो oil के साथ weight होता है.
wetting properties of the ore and the gangue
ये note
particles.
down करना है सबको, इसका screenshot ले लो and then you will note down this.
The sulfide ore particles are preferentially wetted by oil, while the gangue particles are wetted by water. A mixture of water and pine oil is taken in a tank.
See, there are two tanks. ठीक है, ये settling tank है और यहाँ पे actual process होता है. This is a agitator which is having, you can see these are the pores. यहाँ से क्या होता है, air बाहर आती है. It is attached to a vacuum नहीं, pressure pump, means air अंदर जाता है उससे through this. ठीक है. Now in this there is a mixture of water, oil and ores. इसके अंदर ores भी होते हैं, powdered ore. Okay, and ore के साथ में gangue भी है. Now oil and ore weight होता है, water and gangue weight होता है. ठीक है. फिर जैसे ही एयर एंड वाटर का कांटेक्ट होगा, बबल विल गेट फॉर्म एंड ऑन दैट बबल और जो है वो स्टिक हो जाते हैं. सिंस इट इज ऑयली, इट गेट स्टिक ऑन दी बबल एंड गैंग्यू वाटर से हेवी होके नीचे सेटल होते हैं. फिर बबल जो है वो,
Ma'am, can you repeat this point again?
yes yes
Can you repeat this point when the air enters?
yes, when the air enters the water, whenever there is a contact of gas and liquid, bubbles get formed. When bubble
Yes.
get formed, ore which has become sticky due to getting weighted with oil, it gets absorbed on the bubble. Bubble gets arise in upward direction, and जैसे ही bubble and air का contact होता है, bubble gets burst, and the ore which has adsorbed on its surface forms a froth on the surface. फिर वो froth को ये टैंक से ये टैंक में ट्रांसफर किया जाता है. थोड़े टाइम रखते हैं उसको सेटल होने के लिए. सेटल होने पे वाटर सेपरेट हो जाता है एंड ओर सेपरेट हो जाते हैं. Then from here ores are removed. Clear?
Yes.
Now you
Yes,
see?
ma'am.
Yes.
The powdered sulfide ore is dropped in. Compressed air is blown in through the agitator. The agitator is rotated several times. Froth containing ore starts rising up. The impurities settle down and are let out through an outlet at the bottom. Froth is dropped into a settling tank where the pure ore sinks to the bottom. Thus, the concentrated ore is ready for further processing.
Yes, all of you, is this clear? Now I'll show you one life process in industry which takes place. You can see this process.
The froth in the first few cells of a bank is often heavily loaded with hydrophobic particles. The froth appears dense and heavy. The bubble size is small due to the stability imparted by the particles. As you move down the bank, the appearance of the froth will change. There are not as many hydrophobic particles available to float, and thus the froth loading is lower. Windows appear and froth stability decreases, resulting in larger bubbles, many of which will burst.
Yes, all of you. Is this clear?
मैम उसके साथ ऑयल फोम भी आएगा ना फिर?
The froth in
सेटलिंग टाइम पे ऑयल फोम भी आएगा
हाँ, तो
ना?
पाइन ऑयल रहेगा, बट ऑयल देन बाद में उसको करते हैं ना, उसको हीट भी करते हैं बाद में, तो ऑयल उससे चला जाता है, वो नहीं आएगा तुम्हारा। लास्ट जो तुम्हें 99.99% प्योर मेटल मिलेगा उसमें ऑयल नहीं होगा, दैट विल बी रिमूव। So now which oils are used in this process? Pine oil, eucalyptus,
Yes, what is that third oil name?
xanthes. Now suppose you have a mixture of two sulfide ores, जैसे तुम्हारे पास में PBS है और and you have ZNS. Now you have to separate them by using froth flotation process. Then what you will use here? You will use depressant to separate two ores of sulfide. Depressants are used. Like for example, to separate these two ore, sodium cyanide is used, and this is a depressant. Now what depressant will do? Depressant, sodium cyanide, will prevent froth formation of ZNS, and PBS will form froth and will get separate out. Okay, so note down this fast.
मैम फर्स्ट वर्ड क्या कहा था आपने?
Depressant.
ये लाइन है वो PRE करके क्या लिखा?
Prevents froth formation of ZNS.
मैम ये क्या लिखा है? PBS will form के बाद?
PBS will form froth.
मैम फिर ZNS से सल्फर कैसे निकालेंगे?
क्या?
उसके बाद ZNS से सल्फर कैसे निकलेगा?
हाँ, वो अभी आगे हम लोग प्रोसेसेस करने वाले. दिस इज द फर्स्ट प्रोसेस, कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ फोर्स. इन दिस प्रोसेस तुम्हें तुम्हारे सिर्फ फिजिकल जो इम्प्योरिटीज है वो सेपरेट होता है. नाउ वी हैव चित्रा 4 प्रोसेस मैंने बताया, याद है? जनरल प्रिंसिपल्स, 4 स्टेप्स. सो वो 4 स्टेप से होके जाएगा. अगर तुम रेगुलरली लेक्चर अटेंड करोगी तो तुम्हें सारे प्रोसेस पता चलेंगे. अभी ZNS से आगे मैं कैसे जिंक सेपरेट करूंगी, दैट यू विल कम टू नो इन फर्दर दिस चैप्टर. ओके, सो बी रेगुलर इन लेक्चर फॉर टू गेट योर आंसर. Yes, all of you, this is done now. Now next is leaching. Next is leaching process. Now what is leaching process? It is a process of extracting a soluble material from an insoluble solid by dissolving out in a suitable solvent. Leaching is a process of extracting a soluble material from an insoluble solid by dissolving out in suitable solvent. तो जो और है उसको हम लोग क्या करते हैं, suitable solvent में dissolve करते हैं. एंड जब भी वो solvent में dissolve होता है, रिएक्शन करता है जिससे impurity अलग हो जाता है एंड मेटल अलग हो जाता है. This is clear all of you. So leaching का process का example है Bayer's process. So all of you have studied Bayer process in school. Yes, all of you. किया है ना Bayer's process?
Yes, ma'am.
So Bayer's process में कौन सा reagent use होता है? Which solvent is used? What is the ore?
Bauxite.
Ore which is used is bauxite. Formula क्या है bauxite का?
Al2O3.
Dot 2H2O. Al2O3 is alumina. Then impurity which is used, impurity which is removed here is which impurity? Fe2O3, ferric oxide. बट बेसिकली बॉक्साइड के अंदर जो इम्प्योरिटीज प्रेजेंट होती है दैट इज सिलिका, SiO2 एंड फेरिक oxide, that is Fe2O3. तो बेयर्स में सिर्फ फेरिक ऑक्साइड ही रिमूव होता है. ये मेजर इम्प्योरिटीज है. इसके अलावा TiO2, titanium dioxide, is also removed in Bayer's process. So now reaction क्या होगा? Al2O3.2H2O plus NaOH will give you sodium aluminate plus water plus impurity. Impurity will get removed out here. It will get precipitate out. Okay. Now further sodium aluminate plus water reacts with each other. तो मिलता है aluminium hydroxide and NaOH. Now this is amphoteric in nature and this is basic in nature, and therefore ALOH thrice क्या हो जाता है? Precipitate out हो जाता है. Since it is amphoteric, it is insoluble in NaOH. Okay, it get precipitate out. फिर इसको filter करते हैं and ALOH thrice को heat करते हैं. So we get alumina and water. Okay, all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Alumina का further refining होगा. That also will study in further part of this chapter. This is clear, all of you? Yes, all of you, this is clear.
Yes,
Write
ma'am.
it down fast. So leaching समझाना यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? What has happened here? The process in which soluble material, this was initially soluble material, which was extracted from insoluble solid using a suitable solvent. हम लोग ने suitable solvent use किया. Impurities क्या हो गया? Insoluble होके बाहर निकल गई. And then we have obtained the this was soluble initially, and then इसमें से हम लोग ने क्या किया? Alumina extract किया by further reaction. Write it fast, all of you. We have to finish leaching today. We have to do 2 more process of leaching. Write it fast. Next is Hall's process. So now in Hall's process में क्या होता है? We used which ore? Again same, alumina. Sorry, bauxite. Dihydrated alumina. Then impurity which is removed here is silica and iron oxide. दोनों भी remove होता है यहाँ. So now process is Al2O3.2H2O plus यहाँ पे हम लोग सोडियम कार्बोनेट यूज करते हैं. This is solid and this is aqueous. So this is insoluble in this solvent, but they react with each other. You get sodium aluminate plus CO2 plus water plus impurity. So impurity get precipitate out. इस impurity को बाहर निकालते हैं, and then this solution further reacts with each other to give aluminium hydroxide plus sodium carbonate. Then further aluminium hydroxide को heat करते हैं तो अपने को alumina मिलता है which further goes for refining. This is clear all of you. ये precipitate out होता है because it is amphoteric in nature and this is basic in nature, so they are insoluble in each other. Is this clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
Note it down fast.
नेक्स्ट ये जो सेकंड स्टेप है प्रोसेस का उसमें क्या किया है?
किसमें?
NaAlO2 plus CO2 plus H2 है ना, उसमें क्या किया है?
उसमें कुछ नहीं दे, वो आपस में एक दूसरे के साथ रिएक्ट करते हैं तो
अच्छा,
तुम्हें ये
इंटर
प्रोडक्ट
रिएक्टिंग है
मिलता है. हाँ, and this is
Okay.
amphoteric and this is basic, so this gets precipitate out. फिर इसको फिल्टर करते हैं and then फिल्टर को ड्राई करके हीट करते हैं तो you get alumina and water. सिर्फ तुम लोग को रिएक्शन अभी प्रॉपरली बैलेंस कर, मैंने बैलेंस नहीं किया है. I have just wrote reaction and I have explained the process. It's done all of you.
Yes.
So next process is extraction of metals like gold and silver from sodium cyanide and potassium cyanide. Yes, all of you, let's start. So metal, we add this ore in solution of sodium cyanide. Okay, it's a solution of sodium cyanide and also oxygen is present over there. So you get metal cyanide. This is a complex ion of metal cyanide. Now this anion of metal cyanide reacts further with reactive metal like zinc. Okay, अभी ये जो मेटल है वो ये कौन सा मेटल यहाँ पे सेपरेट होता है? गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर विच आर लेस रिएक्टिव. ठीक है, तो अभी यहाँ पे जिंक क्या करेगा? इसको रिप्लेस कर देगा. Zn CN4 2 plus metal solid. Okay, all of you, is this clear? बोलो.
Yes, ma'am.
है ना सब लोग यहाँ पे? So like for example, if you have gold ore, so this is gold, sodium cyanide plus water plus O2 gives you gold cyanide का complex anion plus 4OH minus. Now gold cyanide को I will react with zinc, which is reactive. So what you will get? Zinc cyanide का complex cation plus gold. Okay, all of you. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
This is done. Yes, all of you, is this done?
Yes. Yes.
So now homework. You will make notes of chapter Gppi and also you will solve numerical type questions of surface chemistry. There are you will solve from 1 to 22. Clear, all of you?
Yes, miss.
It's your homework. Chalo, all of you will stop.